Hello, everybody. It is Thursday, May 29th, 2025, and we are back for another episode of Bricks and Beyond, a creator showcase series. For those of you that may be joining for the very first time, Bricks and Beyond is a showcase series that highlights members of the Lego community. Each episode gives you a personalized look into the person behind the account. Tonight's guest is joining me from the Atlanta area of Georgia. She is a Lego collector, a mock builder, a costume lover, and an amazing part of the Lego community. On Instagram, you may see her as Ob the Builder, but I'm here to introduce you to her simply as Aubrey. Get her in here. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, I am living the dream here. I'm not going to lie. I had to train my brain not to say Bob the Builder because Ob the Builder,
Yep. Totally.
and I almost slipped and said Bob. So
I mean, that's what the reference is from.
Is that really what it's from?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Just trying to do a little pun.
Yeah. Well, you did a great job because I almost slipped and said it, and I kept telling my brain don't say it. So how are you tonight?
I'm good. Just a little tired from work, but work's over. So
Yeah.
enjoying the night.
Yep. So you got one. Are you a regular 9 to 5 Monday through Friday?
Yeah,
person?
pretty much.
Okay.
I have a little bit of flexibility in being able to set my own schedule, but I learned that people like to request things at like 4:30 p.m. So
Don't
if
you love that?
we're working at 4:30, then I'm not going to start until.
Yeah. I get you. Yeah. Isn't it funny how you usually get the phone calls and the emails like right at that 4:30 time, and people know you're heading out and.
Yep. And I'm like, don't you want to leave work
No.
too? Like, why are you calling me this late in the day?
No, because that's exactly, they're trying to avoid the conversation. So they think you're gone already.
True.
Well, take this. I'm not gone yet. So
Exactly. You have to do
so yeah. So what's been going on for you other than work this week? Anything exciting?
Not really, honestly. I had this past weekend was a long weekend. We had Memorial Day off. So we had a busy weekend with some friends' birthdays.
Oh,
so
nice. Okay.
Celebrate that. I did some building this week. I finished the newest Mario set, the
Mario Kart. Okay. Nice.
one. And that was super fun. But other than that, pretty normal. We're just watching TV and chilling.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
So 2 comments on 2 of those things. First comment, did you get the Spiny show?
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's your opinion on this new approach to it not being like a direct gift, not being a gift with purchase, and rather a redeemer inside or points inside?
Yeah, I mean, considering the price of the like new Mario set, I would have preferred it been a gift with purchase and not have to use points on it. I mean, granted, it wasn't like that many points.
Yeah.
But it's still enough to be like, if you're someone that spends your points on things and stuff like this comes out, you miss out. Yeah. Whereas like if it's a gift with purchase, you can go in and buy something and get it.
I agree.
I had enough points, so for me it was like, okay, I'll use it on them, but I mean, I get it because you don't have to spend as much if you just want the shell, but I mean, let's be real, who's getting the shell and not getting the Mario Kart set? Like, it goes with it. So if it was maybe something like a little different, I would understand, like not so connected. To me, it would have made more sense to do it that way, but I do.
Yeah, I agree. I always get frustrated when they come out with 2 gift with purchases, or 2, let's just call them gifts, that are highly sought after at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, and I know that the plane, I can't remember the name of it, the plane shuttle combo did come out the same day. So I guess the Space Baby made sense, but I still don't understand why you couldn't have done both as gift with purchases.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy that I also, because I was above the threshold, I did get the gift with the Space Baby. I actually have it sitting
Yeah.
on my desk.
Oh,
But
it's a cute little build, so definitely worth the
yeah,
price. So
I almost wish that they had done that the other way.
yeah,
Like
that would
had
make sense.
the Space Baby be the points redemption and then had the shell. Not to say that people weren't going out and buying the shuttle. I'm sure plenty of people did.
Sure.
I think that there's more of an audience for the Mario stuff.
Yeah, I agree. So just random hot take. Um, would you? So the Mario was that two? Was it 229? Was it that high, or was it one something?
No, I
Or was it one?
was like I want to say it was like 170 or
Okay, yeah,
180.
that's right. Yeah, my mind's blank. So, would you have paid, let's just say, an extra $20 for the Mario set and receive the spiny shell as a gift with purchase rather than using your insider's points? Because it pretty much translates to what you spent.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, for me, I grew up playing
Mhm.
Mario, so like, not to say that money's not an object, but
Right.
like for that set, I was like, this is very meaningful for me
Yeah.
to get, so I will
Yep.
be willing to spend a little bit more to get it. So yeah, honestly, if it was just $20 more, I would have still gotten it and gotten the gift with
Same.
that way.
Yep.
So
Same. I agree. Yeah, I'm one of those type too where if a set has a gift with purchase, um, I almost have to get it or like a
yeah,
points redeeming just because they go hand in hand.
yeah.
So I don't know. Um,
I
but
did
yeah,
see someone in the comments saying that there's going to be a Mario Kart night
ooh,
at Brickworld, and this is the first
Thursday
time.
night.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm hearing about that,
Well,
and that's super fun.
you and I are going to get on the brick world in a little bit because we have a conversation we have to have about
Yeah,
that.
I
So,
know. I
so we'll save that for a little bit. But just for the rest of the week, what's anything going on this weekend for you, or pretty low key?
Oh gosh, I don't know. This week has been so crazy because we had Monday off that
Yeah,
like, is it Thursday?
I
I
know.
don't even know what day it is. I think we have a pretty chill weekend. Adult things that we have to do, like I need to do some yard
Oh,
work and
oh, that's always fun.
fun things,
Yeah,
but home maintenance stuff.
I know.
So
I know. Adulting, as they say, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I know. Isn't it crazy what we took advantage of as kids? Like
Yes.
your parents are always like, "Get out here and help me," and it's just like, why? Like it's just so it's not meaningful. But then
Yeah,
now that we're adults, it's like now you can see like what they were trying to have us do.
exactly.
So I've been to Georgia, but I'm not too familiar. Like I know it's probably warmer down there, but what's the weather usually like this time of year?
Hot and humid. Normally,
Mm.
it
Oh,
is. This week has been very rainy, so it's not as
yeah.
hot, which
Okay.
is kind of nice. But yeah, Georgia is just very, very hot during the summer, and the air is just really thick.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yep. It's
Well,
not.
geez, you almost sound like me when people ask me how Pittsburgh is. I pretty much just downplay it as much as and I'm just like, yeah, weather stinks.
I mean, I love it here, but yeah, the weather is very it's all over the place.
Moody.
Yeah, very, very much.
I would take hot and sticky over snow. I don't
Yeah,
like the cold. I do not like being cold.
we did get snow once this year, but it was like lasted for maybe like 12
Oh,
hours and
okay.
then went away. So it was like a very quick just dusting and
Yeah.
then went away. But yeah, we've recently been we've been having a lot of tornadoes.
That's been common. I feel like I don't remember so many tornadoes growing up, but that's the same up here too.
Yeah.
Interesting. Huh. So I wonder what's causing that.
Hmm. Wonder. Probably climate change.
Possibly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm no expert, but I mean, something. And it's so weird because we're just talking about this, and I just got a little notification telling me the weather for tomorrow, and then it was going to rain. So we're always listening.
Yeah. Yeah. It literally is always listening.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So obviously, we're both in the Lego world here, but I want people to get opportunity to know you a little bit better as a person outside of the Lego world. So I have some interesting topics to go over with you here, and then we'll find ourselves into your Lego journey.
Right.
Um, so, as I mentioned, you are in the Atlanta area of Georgia. Now, is that the birthplace, born and raised area from where you're from?
Yep. Always been in Georgia. Always been in
Okay.
Atlanta. Just ended up staying here after
Yep.
college because I like it. So maybe one day we'll eventually venture out, but for now we're staying put.
Okay. Now, have you tested anywhere else on like a short time basis?
No, not really. I mean, we have traveled to other places, but not with the intention of like I want to live here type
Okay.
of thing.
Yeah.
Um, I think if we were gonna go anywhere else, it would be probably somewhere that's like a little bit more, I guess, scenic
Sure.
is maybe a good word, like out west or
Okay.
Midwest, just a little bit more like national
Yeah.
parks and hiking. And we like to get outside and do things like that. And Georgia
Okay.
does have good things like that here, but over the summer it's so hot that it's hard to do
Sure.
strenuous
Yeah.
hikes.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Well, that's okay though, because it's sunny. So I mean that's a trade-off.
Yeah, exactly.
I we seriously get Pittsburgh is like I'm told it's like Seattle. So I think according to whoever, we get like maybe 60 days of sun a year. And you're probably at least triple that, I would
Yeah,
assume, at least half of the year is sunny.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having sun like every day, waking up and seeing the sun every day.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say it's more common than not for it to be sunny here. I mean, we definitely have our like summer storms and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but even with the storms, most of the time it's like only half the day or
Okay.
like that.
Yeah. Well,
So
if you ever want to send some sunshine up this way, please don't hesitate.
I'll do my best.
All right. So, any siblings?
Yeah, I have a brother and sister.
Okay.
So I'm
And
a middle
you're
child.
the middle one. Okay. So, what's the age gap between the two of you, or both? I guess both ways.
It's pretty close, only a few
Okay.
years between both my sister and my brother.
Okay.
So we grew up very, very close.
Sure. That's good.
We also, my sister and I went through puberty at the same time. So that was really fun.
Look out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, um, so what was the dynamic like between you guys as kids?
Yeah. I mean, I'm fortunate to kind of be on the end of, I feel like the last generation that got kind of like half technology, half
Okay.
outside time.
Yep.
A lot of our childhood was outside. We had a creek across from our house that we
Oh,
would
nice.
go play in and make
Sure.
forts and things like that. But we also grew up with Nintendo
Yep.
64, like, and all those video games and loved watching cartoons. So I felt like our childhood was like a really good
Okay.
balance between those things. And my siblings and I got along super well growing up. I mean,
Good.
granted, outside of the teenage girl
Yeah.
phase,
Yeah.
um, where we were always doing things
Okay.
together, playing games together, had a pretty similar friend group that we would all hang out
Nice.
with. Um, so yeah, it was I had a great
Good.
childhood.
Now, so I always like to pick references from the Lego movie, and we'll get into the Lego talk. But do you remember? Did you guys ever have any experiences like that? Not just pertaining to Lego, but maybe anything in general, where either maybe you and your sister were doing something, or you and your brother, and then the other one came in and just like to destroy everything, or were you guys
No, we were
pretty play
pretty
well? Okay.
respectful of each other's like spaces. We did like we had one of those Lego tables where it was like a rectangular lower to the ground table that had a basket in the middle,
Oh yeah. Yep.
and just had like the base plate top
Mhm.
to the table. So we could just build directly onto the table, and we would build like cities
Oh,
together.
nice. Okay.
I do remember we all three of us played soccer growing
Okay.
up. And I remember we would do like little soccer fields, and
Nice.
we did have the figures that you like can flick them, kind of.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I know Sean.
yeah, we did have those, so we would have like a little soccer
Okay.
field
Yeah,
set
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Yep.
were pretty surprisingly, at least as far as I can remember, we were pretty respectful of each other's like play areas
Okay.
or whatever we were doing. Um, I don't know, even like playing video games, we would have, I remember my mom would say, you have to take turns. And so our way of doing that was we would have a timer in the
Oh,
kitchen,
nice.
which
Okay.
was like right behind our living room. And we'd be like, okay, I'm going to go set the timer,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
like a
Yep.
30-minute
That's fair.
timer. One of us would get 30 minutes. And then when that time was up, you would pass it on to
Okay.
the next person.
Yeah.
But we were
Um,
impressed.
Now, being the middle child, could you ever, or like looking back now, do you ever see having any type of different treatment being the different child, or were all kids pretty like treated the same, or like as far as like roles, responsibilities?
Honestly, I kind of feel like we were all big because we were all so close in
Mhm.
age. I personally didn't really
Okay.
notice that. I mean, of course, like I got hand-me-down stuff, but
Yeah.
I also look up to my sister and have always looked up to her. So
Okay.
getting the hand-me-down stuff, I was like, this is so
Sure.
cool because this was my
Yeah.
sister's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I get to
Yep.
like her type of thing. Um, so no, I feel like my parents did a really good job of like making sure things were split up evenly as
Okay.
far as chores, and like preferential treatment
Sure.
wasn't really a thing. It was just
Okay. All right. Well, that's
all the
good.
same.
So it's kind of like the dream scenario there. You didn't have any big scuffles or anything like that. You guys just kind of floated through life then, right?
Yeah, I mean, of course, like every family has their problems, but for the most
Yeah,
part,
yeah,
at least with my siblings, I'm still very close to both of them.
that's
So,
good. Do you get to see them often?
yeah, my brother still lives here,
Okay.
and I don't get to see my sister as often because she moved to Florida, but
Oh,
um,
okay.
we still try to make, because Georgia's
Yeah.
driving distance
Yeah.
at least. We do still try to make an effort to see each other a couple times a year.
Okay.
So
Um, is Disney World a nice middle ground, or Legoland, or is it
um,
off the beaten track?
not really. I
Okay.
mean, we definitely have talked about going,
Mhm.
because since they're Florida residents, they have a
Ooh,
pass
that's right.
paper.
Yeah.
Um, and I do have a nephew that would be of age to go now,
Okay.
and actually enjoy it. And yeah, we talked about going. I have motion sickness, so
Ah.
it's
Okay.
been a while since I've done any kind of like amusement park rides.
Probably for the
Uh,
best.
so I'm like, I don't know, I could be fine. I could just get some Dramamine or like one of those like little C bands
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
see if
Yep.
it works. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's nothing wrong with going to Disney World and just walking around and eating all the good stuff and
yeah, and
people
I
watching.
actually have not been to a Legoland in the States.
Oh, okay.
I've only been to the Legoland in
Oh,
Denmark.
no, oh, well, I mean, that's probably as good as it gets.
Yeah, and I did ride a couple rides there, and it was
Okay.
fine, but they were
All right.
very low risk rides.
Yeah. Well, I've only been to Florida, and that was in 23, and so my son was 6, and he was not really anxious to go on any rides. So I saw them, and there were some that looked really fun, but
Yeah,
he was focused on minifig trading. So that's pretty much what we did, and I was okay with that. That and watching the 4D movies at the theater, that was
yeah,
fun too. So
yeah.
yeah, can't complain too much, but. Um, all right. So, any pets growing up or now? Any special pets?
Oh goodness, so many. Growing up, we did have
Okay.
hamsters. Those were our first pets. We loved them so much. And we also, at one point, did have frogs
Okay.
as
Okay.
well.
Yeah.
N- Normal pets. We had dogs growing up.
Yeah.
And I actually, when I moved out of my parents' house, got ferrets.
Oh,
I
interesting. Okay.
have for a long time. I had two ferrets, and their names were Phineas and Ferb.
Of course.
Um,
Okay. Yeah.
and when Ferb passed away, ferrets are very social
Oh,
animals. So if they don't have a partner, they can get depressed.
gotcha. Yep.
Yeah. So we actually, there's like a ferret rescue
Oh, nice.
here
Okay.
in Georgia that we were able to take Phineas to and get him
Okay.
a friend.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we had Phineas and Bean for a while, a long time. I had Phineas for like 9 years.
Okay.
But now our ferrets have passed
Oh,
away.
sorry.
It's life; it happens.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I know.
But we have a dog right now, and his
Okay.
name is Gun.
Okay.
And he's great.
Good. Good. I know pets. It's so crazy how much of a difference a pet can make in your life,
Yeah.
no matter what they are. I mean, there's nothing like coming home to an animal that just genuinely wants to see you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Not putting any fronts on like a human can. Animals just genuinely want to see you and spend time with you.
exactly.
All right, so let's pretend because you did mention you had some Lego growing up. So let's ignore that for the moment. What would you say some of your interests and hobbies would have been as a kid, other than Lego?
Oh, oh boy. Um, let's see. I mean, we really did like a lot of things. I would say like growing up, some like core interests and hobbies, like we played a lot of Nintendo
Yep.
64. I loved the Mario
Okay.
games. Like we also had an NES
Oh yeah.
system before
Yep.
64, and I actually do still have my childhood game
Oh,
consoles.
that's awesome. Okay.
Um, the NES doesn't work right now, so I
Okay.
have to either try to fix it myself or take it somewhere to get fixed.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
um, yeah, we played a lot of Mario games, and we also grew up playing, like I said, we played soccer. That was like a huge part of my life. I played soccer from when I was like 4 years old until I graduated high school.
Oh, nice. So did you play like for school team?
Yeah.
Okay.
So um, during, before high school, I just played either rec or academy.
Mhm.
And then when I got to high school, I stopped playing academy and played on the junior varsity team.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So, but yeah, I played 3 years of my high school, and my last year I was like, I'm a senior, I don't want to go to practice every day, and decided to enjoy
Understand. Yeah.
my senior year.
Sure.
um
Do you
but
do
yeah,
you
it
ever
was
regret that?
no,
No.
I don't, and I also got a job, so it was
Oh,
like
okay. Yeah.
realistic to
Yeah.
be able to work and do practice like every day.
Sure.
um So no, yeah, I definitely don't regret that. I mean, I do still try to play. Like I'll try to play in like rec leagues
Okay.
around. Just to, none of them are that serious, but just to get some exercise, and it's fun to just play for fun
You
sometimes.
really? They're not that serious? Because I feel like the rec leagues tend to be more serious.
No, yeah, at least the ones that like a local church
Okay.
rec league, and I know a lot of the people that play in
Okay.
that league, so they're very much like, we're just trying to build community, like we're
Yeah.
not trying to, I mean, of course there's a level of competitiveness,
Yeah.
but not enough like people get pissed off or something, if you miss a goal or something
Yeah.
like that.
Get chewed out. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's good.
yeah, I would say those were like two of the biggest interests and hobbies. I of course loved the things that a traditional girl in the 90s would have looked, like
Yep.
Barbie and Bratz dolls and all those
Sure.
things. But we also were obsessed with Pokemon cards
Ah, nice.
and
Okay.
Beanie Babies.
Oh, the crazes. Oh man, yeah. You and I we're in the same era there. All the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the same crazes. Now, did you keep your stuff?
Unfortunately, no.
Bummer.
I think at some point, like, it's one of those tragic stories of like my mom had a garage sale and they
Oh,
sold at the
yeah,
garage sale.
yeah,
But at the time, they weren't worth anything. Like
yeah.
we weren't playing with them anymore. We weren't playing trading cards or we weren't playing the game. So I can't blame her for getting
No,
rid of them.
no.
Like they would have just sat in a closet.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I feel like the Beanie Babies. I don't like. I still see people selling them now and then, but I don't feel like the value's there like the Pokemon cards.
no, yeah, I think I don't know. The whole Beanie Baby thing was very strange. Like the whole, I've watched like a couple of documentaries on how that even
Oh
became
yeah, sure.
is, and it's like just this like small group of people that were trying to collect them so much, like caused everyone
A bit.
to want them. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I love going to antique stores and stuff and looking around at everything.
Mhm.
And I always see Beanie Babies there, and they're always like $5.
Yeah.
So,
Not the Princess Diana purple with the rose one. That's
for that one, except for that one. I actually do have a not. I don't have that one. But I do have like a little one
oh
on my
look,
shelf.
I remember that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh gosh, I think my I remember my cousins, they had like a giant trash bag filled with Beanie Babies and garage sale. I mean, that and then I know this has been later on, but the what are those? I'm drawing a blank on them. The purses, like the decorative purses. Vera Bradley.
Oh,
I feel like
yep,
that came as a big phase, and then those kind of like
yep. And
shifted
those
out.
were
Yeah,
expensive.
and yeah,
That,
yeah,
yeah,
and now garage sales. So
yeah, exactly. It is interesting how like I'm curious as to like what in this time era is going to be worth money later on that we think is not going to be.
that's a good question. I can't
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
my son. He doesn't really do like action figure. Like I did all the Power Rangers and all that kind of stuff. And he doesn't really like. He's not really into that. Like he's pretty much in the Lego stuff. I don't think like most of the Lego sets now. I don't think are going to go anywhere just because they mass produce them so much. Um, that's a really good question.
Yeah, because I mean, at least when we were younger, I never thought that my Pokemon cards would be worth anything because they were
Yeah,
everywhere. Like you could go every time we went to the store, we would get a
yeah,
pack, like
yeah.
just to see what we got and try to get the holographic.
Interesting.
And yeah, it's like we never thought that those would be. Yeah, so it's all video games now, but video games are digital,
Yeah,
so it's
that's
like
true. Yeah, yeah,
I mean, I guess that's like what kids are interested in, but yeah, I mean, even then, it's like the new Switch that's coming out. They're not even gonna have physical games. It's all
yep,
just digital downloads. So
yeah. Oh man, that's you know what? That's it. We're making I'm gonna make a collab post here one day, and we're gonna put that out there and see what
yeah,
answers.
see what people think that's gonna be worth
Because yeah,
something.
that's really interesting. I mean, I seriously can't like just going to Target and like walking down the aisles. Like
Yeah,
it's just so much like mass produced
it is.
plastic. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know. I know sports cards apparently are still pretty hot, and they like they went away, and then I think COVID really brought them
yeah,
back. Um, I don't want another COVID to figure out what we need,
exactly.
what we need to hoard. But yeah, that's a great point. Maybe like I guess the video games, like the systems,
Yeah,
hold their value, and that is a good point. That if everything's moving to digital, maybe physical copies of some of the games, will go up in price too. So,
I mean,
um,
I'm ready for my DVDs to be worth something.
man, I went down that hole too.
Yeah. We have all of our childhood ones. I even have was going through an old box the other day, and found a DVD case that was a Blockbuster case.
Oh, you kept a Blockbuster case.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I think that it was just either it didn't get returned or we may have purchased it.
Okay.
But it was School of Rock
Oh my
in a
gosh. Wow.
Blockbuster
Yeah.
case. So that was a
Yeah.
fun time.
I'm sure you've seen the reels where people they find the Blockbuster cases and they do the math on like how much money they would
How
owe.
late fee would be. I don't want to know for that one.
But I know I do remember that when Blockbuster was going out, they were selling them just straight out of the Blockbuster
Yeah.
cases. So that more than likely probably was what you
I
had
mean,
there. So
I would hope so. I would hope that
yeah, because
we didn't just forget to return it,
you
but I
don't
guess
you,
it doesn't matter. So,
you don't need that on your conscience knowing that you kept
right.
Blockbuster.
Like, that's my one regret in life. I didn't return my Blockbuster School of Rock DVD.
Well, you might as well take that with you and keep it with you forever then.
Right.
So
Yeah.
get rid of the evidence. All right. So I mentioned to you the other day that one of the very first videos I came across in your arsenal of videos, you were in a particular costume. And I've come to learn after looking through more that you seem to like
I
costumes.
do.
So is this a Halloween thing or is it just a all year I love to have fun thing?
Um, Honestly, it has become an all year, I just like a fun thing. It definitely started as a Halloween thing.
Okay.
And yeah, Brick World of, I think 2023. It was my first Brick World, and I was driving up so I could bring as many random things as I wanted to bring in my
Sure.
car.
Yep.
And just decided to bring a Teletubby costume and also a space alien costume from Toy Story. So um, the Teletubby I just so happened to wear for Halloween that year.
Okay.
And yeah, I just decided to bring it, and luckily had a friend, Nicole, Girl Bricks a Lot, willing to wear a costume with me. And yeah, at the garage sale, we were like, let's just be weirdos and wear these costumes and freak everyone out.
So did she wear the
She wore the
space?
space alien.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
she wore that one because she just so happened to have green, like lime green leggings, and I didn't.
geez, what are the chances of
Yeah,
that?
exactly. Like it's perfect. So yeah, she just so happened to have something that would match it. So she was like, yeah, let's do it. I don't know. And I kind of just like after thinking about it a little bit more, I feel like it's just like I am an extroverted person, but
Okay.
like once I get to know people,
Sure.
like it's hard for me to be immediately extroverted.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I just don't know how weird I can be around people. And I feel like when I put a costume on, I'm like, I'm already at my maximum. So it doesn't matter. I can just be crazy. And I feel like that's kind of why it's become a thing, and it's such a fun little like icebreaker and
Yeah.
makes you laugh.
So basically, what you're saying is because this always gets me. So Clark Kent wears a pair of
Yeah,
glasses, and he literally takes them off, and he's Superman, and nobody knows it. So
yeah,
that's kind of the same. Like you're kind of introverted, and then the costume goes on, and boom,
yeah,
you're Superman. So
yeah.
Super one.
I
Yeah.
definitely like, yeah, I think it just helps me in like situations where I might feel a little bit socially hesitant,
Yeah.
to be like, we're all just here to have fun. Like, let's just be crazy. And the people that are going to judge me are not my friends
Yeah.
anyways. So
Yeah. Valid point.
it's a lot
So
be really weird when you're wearing a Teletubby costume versus just like regular clothes.
oh gosh, that would have been an experience. See that? Well, yeah, I'm a very open, fun person, and so like I would seek out like friends like that to like when I see somebody that's willing to do something like that, like those are fun people that I'd like to interact with.
Yeah,
So, um,
you think I was, I wish that I had done this year, but I would like to reach out to Mark at Brickworld and potentially like next year do a themed night or something where we
okay.
could all dress up as like your favorite minifigure.
You know what?
Like,
Hang tight because if he's still in here, is Josh still in here? Josh is still in here. So Josh, he goes by he's Unhappy Mohawk. He works with Mark. So Josh, if you're listening,
yeah,
theme night, costume night next year.
yeah,
So
and I want to like connect it with Lego. I don't want it to just be like a
yeah,
random thing.
yeah,
But I feel like it would be really fun to do some sort of like costume contest and costume night where it's like dress up as your favorite minifigure and then like
yeah,
people can come as either like old minifigures or like I don't know, you can even wear a shark costume and that's technically a
yeah,
minifigure.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
it might be kind of fun to do that and then like bring the minifigure that you're
Uh,
trying to
that'd be cool.
dress up
To
as.
impersonate. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Okay.
like I don't know, have some sort of prize or some sort of voting of like
A new
who's the best.
costume.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, they are
we
having
are having a cosplay
a.
night. Okay.
Ah.
Is it Lego themed? Because if it is, then I need to get an actual Lego costume.
I'm sensing a changing in the winds of a conversation we're going to have here in a little bit about okay.
Okay.
All right. So it sounds like it's non-Lego this year.
I can still
Okay. All right.
bring my Teletubby and be fine. Okay. Yeah, but I feel like that would be really fun to kind of push people to dress up as minifigures and see
Yeah.
where that goes.
Yeah.
I think that would be really fun.
I think it should be a requirement though if we're going to do the minifig idea that you have to go on Amazon and you have to buy the hands. You have to buy the
Oh
yellow
yeah, like
hands.
everyone has to have the hands.
Otherwise, you're not a minifigure. You're just a regular person.
Yeah.
So I like this idea. That's it. Well, luckily Josh was in here, so he can pass that along or organize that for next year. So
Oh yeah, I'm
um,
really just about to ask which night is the cosplay night. I assume it's probably on either Friday or Saturday.
yeah, because the garage sale's Thursday, right? I
You know,
believe Josh. I think garage sale's Thursday. Yeah, garage sale's Thursday. I'm 99% positive. So, all right. Well, I'm there Thursday through Sunday, so hopefully I have to think of a. See, when I go to the Comic Cons, because we have one by us, like I want a big elaborate costume. Like I'm that type of like I want something grand, but that stuff's so expensive to get those real big, fancy costumes. And I don't know. Do you have all the Teletubby
I
costumes?
do have all four. So I started with just the yellow one because that was the only one they had at Spirit Halloween that year. I waited too long to get them. But yeah, after the reception that we got from wearing the costumes at Brickworld in 2023, I was like, okay, like this is fun, and other people like doing this. So Brick Fair Virginia that same year, I before I went, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy the other three and bring
Okay.
them and see if they
Yep.
also want to like join in and wear these. Um, and yeah, Brick Fair has an adult night where
Okay.
you can drink at the convention center, and so that was a perfect night to do that. People are much more willing to be
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Interesting. Okay.
but yeah, and then last year at Brick World, I wanted to do something a little different. I still brought the Teletubby costumes, but I bought 7 inflatable sharks and was telling people to put those on. So that was pretty fun. We got the Bricker Builds team to put those
Oh,
on and run around.
that's fantastic.
That was fun. So
You know, you put me down a rabbit hole here. I had to go online real quick to see. And my buddy Josh, touring bricks, he mentioned the brick suit costumes. So that's what I'm looking at. Unfortunately, it looks like there's only red and blue brick suit costumes.
um,
So we might have to get some people being creative to change the colors so we can get the whole rainbow of colors.
You could probably make them out of cardboard
That's true
relatively.
too.
It would just take a little bit of time.
See, I need commitments here though. Like I'm not jumping this without knowing that I'm going to have support. So
Yeah, it's also difficult if you're not driving.
yeah,
So having
yeah.
to fly with costumes, like because I have been known as the Teletubby person, I have a suitcase that's dedicated to my costumes. They fit the costumes perfectly,
Yeah,
so I'm like, okay, that suitcase is my Teletubby suitcase.
that's great. So side note, if you have a minute, there is a girl that I had on back in, oh gosh, it was either December or January. Her name's Katie, and she's a meteorologist up in oh gosh, it's Michigan or Minnesota, one of the M's up there, and she made a giant minifig costume.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
and it is the coolest thing I've ever seen, and it's massive. I think it's I want to say it's 6.5 feet tall, 7 feet tall.
Crazy.
But she literally, yeah, I mean, she wore it. She's a meteorologist, and she wore it on a newscast,
Oh, fun.
and she said, the lights from the studio were just, beaten down, and she said she sweat. I mean, she was sweating in that thing, but. I mean, it's amazing. So if you have a minute, go check her. I think she goes by Weather Katie on Instagram. But yeah, if you check her out, you'll see the big minifig costume. It's
That's
incredible.
really
So,
fun. Yeah.
cosplay is Thursday at
I
5.
mean, that makes sense. It's probably, I mean, I assume he said that the garage sale is Friday night. So, um, and Saturday night is World of Lights
Oh, that's
normally.
right. Yeah. Okay. I have to see that. Oh man, see, like I told you the other day, I'm not scheduling anything because I just want to play it by ear since this is the
Yeah.
first time, and just randomly do stuff like this. I don't know if I'll pull out a costume for this year. I have to think about it. You know, I did make a reel not too long ago with my son's face as the baby from Teletubbies.
Oh God. That's good. Yeah, we've had a couple people say that they're gonna get Sun Baby costumes and no one's done it yet. So
Interesting. Okay. You also need
not necessarily an easy costume
no.
to get.
What's what's the vacuum's name?
I
Um
could not tell you what its name is. I know what it looks like,
yeah.
but
You always
that
say
would
you also
be
need one of those too.
a fun one to do.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
also like oh, I don't want to say this wrong. It's like baby Teletubbies. I think they're called like Tiddly Tubbies or something like that, which sounds strange, but they're like
Now you were correct. Tiddly Tubbies.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's like 10 other colors, which I'm like, ooh, that's kind of fun, but obviously
Oh,
they're the like costumes for that are not readily available. So we
interesting.
did
Oh
do
man.
a fun thing we did do one year. We did the spaceman.
Yeah. Okay.
We just got like sweatsuits and ironed on the
Oh
space
yeah.
logo on the
Yeah.
shirt, and so that was pretty fun to just like
Okay.
low effort um, costume. But yeah, we had like eight girls that did that together.
Okay.
So
Where's all the guys? Why aren't the guys participating? Like this sounds like my wheelhouse here.
no, it was a girls thing.
Oh, so we're not invited, or is that what you're saying?
We're so often not invited, so we got to do things on
Oh,
our own.
whoa! Now hold the phone there. Now that's
Hey,
not how it works.
we're in a male-dominated hobby,
And I'm
so
trying to fight that because it's not fair. I am the first to tell you that because I've been noticing that in lugs,
yeah.
and I'm just like, something's gotta change here because everybody should be involved. And I don't I know I understand like it can be very intimidating for a female to just go and see like this just massive group of guys, especially like, like we have a lot of trained guys, so it's a lot of older gentlemen. And so I get that. Like I get that can be intimidating, but yeah, we got to figure out a way to get that
Yeah.
block cut or however you want to say it, because it shouldn't be. And I look at that and that kills me. Like when I look at the Instagram insights and it's just like it's like 70 male, 30 female. I'm just like, come on, man. Like, but see, but then that's hard for me too, because then I don't want people like females to think like I'm
Yeah.
weird or something like that, you know? So it's just like no matter what you do, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I agree. Um, Also, bring your Hawaiian shirt. Apparently, there is a picture doing Hawaiian shirts on
Oh
Thursday.
man, I
Thursday,
do have
a
I
crazy day.
have a yeah.
Hawaiian shirts
Oh
and
man.
costumes. Um, I have tanks in the helmet. I assume that that's in regards to the spacemen. We didn't do tanks or helmet. We did do beanies for the
Okay.
helmet.
Okay. Yep.
It was just easier that way.
Yeah.
So for packing and
Well,
stuff, there's no way we would have been able to pack a tank, like even if we had made it from like 2 liter bottles or something like that in a suitcase would have been way too
that's
hard.
actually not a bad that's not a bad idea. 2-liter bottles.
Yeah, that I just thought of off the top of my head, so I'm pretty impressed.
See, look at you. Oh man, wait, we got to. So I have a trademark line. We have to copyright, patent, and trademark that so nobody can steal that idea.
Yeah.
That is yours. So, all right. Well, I'm down. I'm down for this. We're gonna talk about Brick World here in a like I said in a little bit, but we're gonna circle back to this. So, um, see, this is what I mean. Tangents. You go on a tangent, but that's okay because it's fun. So, all right. So you did have Lego as a kid. You said the table with the bag in the middle, and you and your siblings like to do cities and whatnot. Now, when would you say what was your dark ages period where you completely tossed all that out the window?
Um, Probably like around seventh grade
Okay.
ish, around that time. Um, I Yeah, we just kind of lost interest. And then I didn't get back into Lego until 2021. So it
Okay.
was a little bit after the
Mhm.
pandemic. But yeah, it was trying to think of like how many years that was of Dark Ages, but I'm not going to do that math right
Yeah,
now.
that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. No. Now what brought you back? Was there a reason
But
or a set that you saw?
yeah, so I mean, if you had asked me prior to that if I ever could see myself building a Lego set, I probably would have been like, probably not.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yep.
But I, in high school, I had cancer.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry to hear that.
I had surgery to remove my tumors and had radiation treatment,
Okay.
and was cancer free in 2010.
Oh, good.
And in 2021, I found out that my tumors are back.
Okay.
So I do have like a genetic mutation, unfortunately, that
Okay.
is not going to go away.
Sure.
So this is something I'll have to deal with forever.
Okay.
But yeah, I did found out in 2021 that those were back
Okay.
because I was having problems hearing in
Okay.
my left ear. And I thought that I just had some wax in there, and it was
Sure.
not wax.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I have 3 tumors right now. One of them is kind of like behind my eardrum in my left ear, and the other
Oh
two
gosh.
on both sides of
Okay.
my neck. Unfortunately, like because of where they are, um, I can't get surgery
Okay.
because they're all sitting on a nerve. And so, in order to remove them, they would have to compromise the nerve. And
Oh
the
yeah.
nerve that they're on controls like a lot of things, like
Sure.
swallowing and my tongue and my face.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Don't want to
um,
mess with that.
they're trying to do everything they can to not
Okay.
have to do surgery. But how this relates to Lego, when I found out, I was extremely sad
Sure.
and very depressed, especially because I had just celebrated my 10 years cancer
Yeah.
free. And it was like shocking
Mhm.
news. so yeah, I was very depressed. It was over Thanksgiving break,
Okay.
and so I was also not working. I was just like at home doing nothing in my
Sure.
thoughts.
Yep. Bad
And
place to be. Yeah.
yeah, and so my husband was just trying to do everything he could to distract me.
Mm.
Obviously, you want to deal with your feelings, but in
Yeah.
that moment, I needed distraction.
Yeah.
And yeah, we started doing things like puzzles and random stuff like that. And for Christmas that year, he decided to take a chance and buy a Lego set and see if I liked it.
Okay.
Um, and I just watched all the Star Wars movies during the
Mhm.
pandemic. That was my first
Sure.
exposure to those,
Okay.
really. And
Yep.
so I was still very much like deep in trying to watch all that stuff and like really, and I'm still really into it, but like was really into it at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he bought me Poe's Y-Wing,
Okay.
and it was downhill after that
So
for my mom.
So,
So
so this is one of those stories that you are actually not the one to blame. It's
no,
actually your husband.
exactly. I never would have. I mean, really, like just because we didn't really have Lego sets growing up, it was just
Mm.
loose brick. I didn't even realize that there were Lego sets that were
Yeah,
targeted for adults. Like
yeah,
I didn't realize that there was. I never walked down that aisle at the store. I had no
sure.
reason to. And yeah, after that, I was like, oh, this was really fun. Like, are there more Star Wars sets? And
Oh.
so I started getting a bunch of Star Wars, of course, a ton of Star Wars sets. So I started getting Star Wars sets, and then I realized, like, oh, there's like a lot of options
Yeah,
for adults.
yeah,
And yeah, it just 2021 and 2022 were very well, I guess really 2022 because it was the last month of 2021 um, was a very quick collecting year
sure.
for me because I was just that for my mental health, it was a way to calm my mind.
Yeah,
And with everything happening, I was just like, yeah, I really need to be calm right
sure.
now, and I need something that is a distraction. So
Well, you got it.
exactly, yeah, exactly. So
Oh, oh man. So you've been through a lot.
yes, yeah, and I ended up getting radiation treatment again in 2023.
Okay,
Um, and so far, so good.
good.
So the goal is to just make them stop growing, and
Yeah,
as long as they do that, I should be fine.
good.
And honestly, kind of hoping with medical advances, maybe there will be other options by the time I need other options.
Yeah.
So
I'm one of those people. I still don't know how we don't have multiple options with how much money goes into.
yeah, I mean, unfortunately, some of it is just like we just haven't figured out
Yeah,
how to combat it.
yeah. I know. I know. But then there's other times you think, yeah, I don't know, that's another rabbit hole. So.
Yeah, that is understandable. Yep.
All right. So obviously you have your collection shelved behind you now. So Star Wars would be a favorite theme. What other themes do you tend to gravitate towards?
Gosh, I've been asked this so many times and I never know how to answer.
Fair.
I honestly am all over the place. Like it is, I've had to reel it in a little bit
Mhm.
because, because it's expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I really like the modulars. I don't have all of them, but I do have a decent amount of them.
Okay.
Um, yeah, obviously Star Wars. I'm really excited for Pokemon. I'm hoping that they do
Ugh. You,
justice. Um,
you,
because I think that Mega Blocks did, or Mega Constructs, whatever
yeah,
they,
right, yeah, yeah.
I think they did a great job.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that
Yeah. Yeah.
Lego adds something to it.
Sure.
Because I do have some non-Lego sets that I wanted, yeah, because I wanted Pokemon. Um, honestly, like the Pikachu of Bulbasaur that they
Mhm.
did are, I don't know how Lego's going to do it better because Mega Constructs was willing to color their hinge pieces.
Oh, okay.
Everything is
Hmm.
all the color it's supposed to be.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, on the topic of Pokemon, so obviously Nike was announced in August and it took until May
Yeah.
of the next year. So Pokemon was announced in what, March,
Yeah,
I
so it'll
think.
probably be next
So
year,
yeah,
later next
uh,
year. Yeah.
I'm all for announcements, but like,
Yeah.
can you do it a little bit closer to the
Yeah.
release time?
I mean, they did it with Mario Kart too.
Yeah,
I was super excited for that announcement, and felt like it took forever. To
yeah,
where it's like some of my excitement died down a little bit because
I
I'm like,
know.
you told me this so long ago that I've had time to digest. But yeah, I pretty much like honestly wouldn't say I stick to like any single themes. I just
Okay,
the way that I've been purchasing at least this year and end of last year is just like one like do I either just really like how the set looks or
mhm,
does it have like a nostalgic deeper meaning for me to be able to put
okay,
this in a
yeah,
collection.
sure,
So
okay. Now for the backtracking to the Pokemon sets, um, is that your hope that they would try to do the buildable characters, or would
I
you want to see like
I think it would be really cool if they could do some of the
that's
gyms
what I was just gonna say. Yeah. Yep.
and like give us some minifigures.
Yep.
I think
Okay.
would be really cool. But I mean, yeah, I do feel like it would also be great to have some buildable Pokemon. I just like I feel like Mega Constructs did such a good job with that it's going to be hard not to like be really similar to it or like
Okay.
I don't know how they're going to make it different.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and I am like a little concerned about the price. Um,
True.
I do so Touring Bricks just said Pokemon CMF series.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that'll be super
Oh yeah.
cool. I am very excited for the rumored Spider-Man CMF series.
Okay. Yep.
Um, but yeah, I just my my Pokemon shelf is over here.
Oh,
Uh,
I see something else over there that's big and orange that I'll talk to you about shortly.
big and orange.
No, it's not a
No,
Pokemon.
it's not a Pokemon, but the shelf below that is my Pokemon shelf. So
Okay. So do you still do anything with like the card side of thing? Or okay. All right.
no, honestly, like I've played some of the games, like
Mhm.
on Switch and stuff. But when I was a kid, there was only like what less than 200 Pokemon that I had
Yeah.
to remember,
Yeah.
and now it's like feel like it's like thousands of Pokemon. So I'm like I can't keep up,
Yeah, I agree.
and I already have one hobby that's hard to keep up with. I can't have two.
Uh so random question because this is something that I've discussed with a couple other people. What would your thoughts be if Lego went the route as they do with the Star Wars cards? What if they had their own Pokemon cards?
I feel like that'd be interesting. I mean, I'm sure that people that collect Pokemon cards would be happy to know that there's another exclusive thing to
Yeah,
collect
yeah. Or
um,
sell.
or sell. I think that that's kind of my like thought would be would the fans actually get to have those
Yeah.
things or would it be more just like people buying them and trying to sell them on the aftermarket? Um,
That's
which
a
I feel like
topic.
happens a lot with like CMF, the
Yeah.
better CMF
Yeah.
lines. Like it's you just want to go to the store and get your Wolfman, but you
Yep.
can't because someone's taken all 10 of them. Um,
I'm not gonna lie. I thoroughly enjoy when it's months after the release of something and somebody who bought 50 of the same thing is trying to sell them back for retail price because nobody bought them at the inflated price.
yeah, no, because we're all tired of it. Like the people that actually want to buy them are like,
Yeah.
I'm not, like you just went to the store and
Yeah.
took all these from us. Like I'm not going to buy them.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Not gonna lie, I get a little satisfaction seeing that.
yeah, yeah,
Well, and eBay, eBay's that same concept too, where I've had a couple occasions where there's been something I've wanted on eBay, and it sits there and it sits there, and I've messaged the person or done one of those make an offer. Which, if you're not even going to consider an offer, why do you even offer that option? Like, just do a buy it
yeah,
now. And
exactly.
I've gotten in there with a few people. I'm just like, look, like, do you really want this sitting here? Like, wouldn't you rather just make the money and be done with it?
Yeah,
And people have told me that they would rather have things sit there because they know somebody eventually will be stupid enough to pay for it. I'm just like, yeah.
that's great.
Yeah. Well, geez, well, you're a great person, you know.
Yeah, for real.
All right, so let's flip that with the building. Do you have a theme that you stay away from as far as a Lego theme?
Hmm. I don't like purposefully stay away from anything, but I don't
Okay.
really have like a lot of city sets because I don't
Okay.
have a
Yeah.
city. I don't have room to have a city. I have, like I said, I have some of the modulars, but not like the city theme. Um,
Technic?
I don't really have a lot of Technic. Um, I'm not like super into F1 or
Mhm.
anything. I have recently been kind of watching that more, but
Okay.
not enough to buy
Yeah.
Legos, at least at this point. Um, I have one Ninjago set.
Okay.
I have the City
Oh, yeah.
Gardens set, but
That's nice.
I haven't even opened
Okay.
it. So at this point, I'm kind of like, I might not open
Sure.
it and hold on to it because I don't have any other Ninjago
Oh,
thing.
okay. Yeah.
Um, I do one theme I didn't mention earlier. I do have a lot of Friends stuff. I do
Oh,
really
okay.
like Friends,
Okay.
and I have a very close friend that she has a daughter
Okay.
that's younger, and that's a fun thing for us to connect on. Like she's
Sure.
watched all the TV shows
Okay.
for Friends and stuff like that,
Yep.
and so um, I do have a lot of that line. Um, yeah, I would say like Technic and City are
Okay.
probably. I don't have a ton of Disney stuff.
Okay.
I love Disney. I
Yeah.
just have to draw the line somewhere.
I know. I'm finding I seem to be because I'm like that too. Like I like everything, but I seem to be finding that I'm getting away from like the smaller, like multiple part sets. Like
Yeah, I don't like those.
no.
Like I love
Mhm.
Mario. Don't own any
Oh
of
gosh.
those
Yeah.
play
Yeah.
sets, like because they're meant for
Yeah.
play. Like I'm not. They're just gonna sit on my shelf, and they're not
Yeah.
gonna look good on my
Yep.
shelf. So I only have like the bigger, like the Bowser, the question block,
Okay.
and then the um, Mario Kart one, the newest Mario Kart one.
Yeah. See,
Um,
that's how I was with Lord of the Rings.
yeah,
So Rivendell, nice big one set. Bardor, one big nice set. Then the
I'm
Shire,
with all.
it's like
Yeah,
build, side. I'm just like, oh gosh, the side build.
yeah, I have mixed feelings on the Shire. Like I think they did the best they could with the budget they had, but I think people would have paid more for it to look a little different.
Yeah. I was on that bandwagon because when I first saw it, the for some reason the green looked very Duplo,
Yeah,
and it just looked like a basic set. But then Mav and I we did a building review of it, and he made a very valid point, which I don't know how many people actually considered. So it is a very small set when you compare it with the other two.
yeah,
But if you really think about it, it's supposed to be Hobbit
yeah.
scale. So
So it
when
should be
he
smaller.
when he
Yeah,
brought it up, it shouldn't be the same scale as the other two because it's not.
yeah,
So I
that's
was like, okay,
yeah. I just think that they could have done a little bit better job with like the trees and stuff, and maybe like
yeah,
some of the landscaping
I
could have
agree.
just been done a little
Yeah,
differently. But also they could have we never know what goes on behind the scenes. Like they could have had restrictions on
Yep.
budget, and like maybe by doing that, we were able to get a couple more minifigures.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm
Well,
sure they try to
all I say is
make the best decisions that they can, but
no. I
I just
agree.
feel like compared to Rivendell,
Yeah.
it's hard. That set is like so beautiful. It's hard to like see the Shire come out like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. And I have trouble even calling it the Shire because
Yeah,
it's not the Shire. It's
yeah,
Baggeth.
yeah. That's true. It is true.
All right, now, so I know, so you said you have some friend sets and whatnot. Speaking of friends, you did say that you are one of the fun people's houses for people to come
Mhm.
visit because you have a lovely room behind you there. So your house is considered the fun house amongst the friend group?
Yes, I especially like one of my close friends when her son was a couple years younger than he is now. He would say he wanted to go to the Lego
Ah,
house
nice.
as
Okay.
I am very much like as much as I love my collection to look a certain way.
Mhm.
I am very much like I am happier knowing that someone is playing with this stuff
Yeah.
rather than it just collecting dust.
Mhm.
So anything in this room is a free for all. Um,
Nice. Okay.
I mean, ideally, don't want them like throwing my sets around the room, but as far as playing, if they want to take stuff apart, if they want to change stuff,
Okay.
I don't. I don't care.
Hmm.
I also have bulk brick
Okay.
that's sorted by so they can go into the bulk brick and build whatever they want. And
Okay.
I do
Nice.
two shelves that are for them
Okay.
that they can put if they make little
Yeah.
mocks or
Yeah.
whatever. They put them on there,
Oh, that's really cool.
and that way next time they come over, they can either leave them there or and keep playing with them, or they can change them or whatever.
Nice.
So
Well, that's definitely not a common thing you hear. Most people when they say they have a Lego room, it's like caution tape and
I mean, honestly, like I've taken apart some of my sets for pieces that I've
yeah.
needed for mocks, and the I'm looking at my Back to the Future set.
Mhm.
I ended up adding lighting
Oh, nice.
to that car
Okay.
and needed the lighting for something else for one of my mocks, and that set is destroyed right now because I took the lighting out.
Oh, that's
So it's like I am definitely I'm gonna move my
yeah.
camera a little bit because I need to put my phone in.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's why I went out for a second.
I actually had a few weeks back. I actually had Mark from Brick World on, and he couldn't find his phone charger, and so we were walking around this room, and he was trying to find a phone plug, and then he ended up he was sitting on the floor, and he was holding his phone because he had nowhere to rest the phone. So
I at least
it was it,
charger is.
it was a fun experience, that's for sure.
Okay.
Oh, so now we get a different angle too, and now I get to see the pumpkin, which I'm guessing you actually did this on purpose because you wanted to
Yeah.
segue into the
Right.
mock talk. That's what we're gonna call it, mock talk. So, when you're settled, let me know, and then we'll get mock talking.
Sorry, my I cannot see right now. My gosh, I'm blinded. That light that was projecting onto my wall was right in front of me. Yes. Okay. Let me
Yep.
go grab the pumpkin.
All right. So this is a homegrown pumpkin, fresh from your garden, correct?
Yes. Homegrown.
Okay, that's bigger than I thought. Okay, wow, that was deceiving on the shelf.
This is one that I built almost entirely out of, I mean, the minifigs aren't from the pad wall, but almost entirely from the pad wall.
Okay.
They had a lot of orange.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to do a jack-o'-lantern. And it does have,
That's awesome.
you'll be able to see it. It has lights in it.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
But this is my, like, I think I've been calling it, like, Panic at the Disco. Because there is a
That's
little
awesome.
costume party on the inside.
That is really cool.
So
what are the lights? Is it the eyes and the mouth?
yes,
Okay,
yeah,
that's really cool.
hard to see. I can turn all the lights off, but
I wouldn't ask you to. I don't want you to. I trust you.
it just has some mirror. It's nothing crazy.
Just use your imagination. Now, does that chandelier light up too? That's
Yes, it
hanging.
also
Oh,
has.
cool.
So I like looped the lights in the front and also into the little chandelier thing.
Nice. Okay. So what was there an inspiration for? I know you said pick a brick wall,
Yeah,
but was there an inspiration for that particular scene?
yeah. So not really like the scene in particular. I just had like a random thought that it would be fun to do a jack
Yeah.
lantern, but have something on the
Okay.
inside. And for we did a murder mystery party that was disco
Oh, okay.
themed.
Oh, that's
Maybe
cool.
that was just like
Yeah.
on my mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, we my husband loves Halloween. He loves all horror movies, like
Okay.
even actually really especially loves like the 80s campy movies and that's something,
Jason.
yes, like that's something super important to him.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, it'd be kind of fun to do like a Halloween
Yeah.
themed mock. And so doing the Halloween theme, that's kind of where that came from. But
Okay.
you know, in my true fashion, I had to make it kind of funny.
Yeah.
And not just a pumpkin.
So where's the Teletubbies? That's I don't see Teletubbies in there.
Honestly, I did recently look online to see if anyone has 3D printed Teletubby minifigures, and I have found some.
Wait, you're telling me Citizen Brick or any of them have not made Teletubbies?
I have been looking, like I did find one website that has them, but I have not purchased anything from them.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I haven't seen any.
Interesting.
I've tried to reach out to some people to see if I could like pay to have them print some and like use those as my sig figs.
Okay.
But just haven't really gotten response. I'm not I think it just keeps going to the request folder type of thing.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Like it happens too. Like
Yeah.
gets lost in that folder. So
just so you know, I did a quick search. The vacuum's name is the New. So
okay.
that's it came. I searched Teletubby minifigures and that came up. There's been a few submissions on Lego ideas.
Yeah.
For either brickheads, minifigs. So there's hope.
Who knows? Maybe Lego will do a Teletubby collab.
You know, if that happens, I wouldn't even know what to say. I mean, you just you made it happen basically.
Exactly.
So, all right. So with that pumpkin in mind, so obviously you enjoy not only building Lego sets, but you enjoy building your own mocks and whatnot. So, what was your first mock that you built?
Yeah. So my very first one. I'm trying to think. I think the pumpkin was the first.
Oh, it was okay.
I didn't know about Bricklink yet.
Okay.
And that's why I only used tab parts. But pretty soon after I did the pumpkin, I did my coral reef.
Yep. Okay.
Discovered Bricklink and discovered how much you can spend on Bricklink and discovered how little parts 100 of something actually is. But yeah, I have my coral reef like in front of me. If you want to see that,
I would love to see it because pictures don't do things justice. And obviously, this won't either, but it'll definitely give a nice idea.
Let me turn this around. Okay, so here, let me move
this is awesome.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like a long.
Oh man, that's amazing.
Reef. It might be kind of loud for a second, but I'm going to show you how it moves.
Yeah.
So let me turn this on. So the shark kind of
so cool.
Goes back and forth.
Yep.
There's a little anglerfish.
Oh, that's awesome. Is that glow in the dark pieces too?
Yeah, I think so.
That's really cool.
And we've got a couple little jellyfish
Oh, that's really
that
neat.
go up and down, and you can see a little part of it is messed up. The entire floor is moving.
Okay. Oh yeah.
That
Okay.
goes up and down. But yeah, let me turn this off so it's not so loud.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, you have SpongeBob characters in there too?
Yes, so I have a little scene over here where SpongeBob is on his pirate ship,
Yep.
and then Patrick is jellyfishing. And then I do have the Flying Dutchman kind of like hiding.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, and then the ice cream guy was over here.
Oh, this
But I
is
loved
awesome.
SpongeBob growing up, so yeah, I tried my best to use, like, the goal was to use as many unique parts as I
Yes,
could.
sure.
I did a little question box on my stories and
Okay.
asked people to challenge me to use parts, and so that was
Oh, neat.
the inspiration.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I also like some friends sig figs are in the reef. Like this is Dana Trebles bricking,
Oh, I didn't even see them in there. Oh, that's really cool.
and then uh, Brick Snaps Martin
Okay.
is getting
Yeah.
uh Aubrey's friends sig fig is in there, and then
Okay. Yep.
my custom Teletubby
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's awesome.
and Maticus bricks is in the back. So
That's really
I
cool.
actually, funny thing is like I took this reef sort of out of storage
Mhm.
today for this.
Yep.
And I had been, I can't tell you how long I've been looking for my Teletubby, my thing that I made at the minifigure factory. Because I did like a little torso, so it's like a little, oh, it's going to be way too bright.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
There's like
That,
Teletubbies on there.
that's so
But
you did it at the minifig factory?
yeah, so you can like draw your own
Yeah.
design. So I've been looking for this for like months and was convinced. I was like, I dropped it somewhere. I left it at one of the conventions. I opened this today and I was like, are you kidding me? Like it's just been
See, it was meant to be.
yeah,
I had to ask you to pull it out there. So look what happens.
exactly.
Well, look, now your mind can rest peacefully knowing
It
that
can.
it's
That's
in
very
good. Just saying, I knew you were missing that, and I was just like, you know what? I think she needs me
that's
to help
right.
her find it, and I was that's why I asked you to
It made
take the
my
reef
day.
out. So.
I was like, oh my gosh, found it.
Oh, well, that's good. So, any rough estimation here? I'm going to ask you two different questions about the reef here. Any estimation on total pieces, and any estimation on how long it took you?
Total pieces, I have no
Okay,
idea. Like I said,
because there's a lot of small pieces there.
it's a lot of small pieces, and it was one of those things where I was like, I didn't really have a clear idea of where I wanted to go with it,
Mhm.
and so I was just ordering random weird parts on Bricklink, which is a terrible idea. Um, it's great for creativity,
Yeah.
but it's a terrible idea money wise, and um, yeah, so parts I have no idea. Um,
I mean, it looks like a lot. I mean, there's a
there's also
lot there.
like so much underneath um,
Yeah.
everything, but time wise, it took me like I probably worked on it every day on and off. Like I do work full time
Yeah.
for like 6 weeks
Okay.
ish around that
Okay.
amount of time. So
Now, is it how many pieces is the whole
it's
thing?
one
Oh, that's
giant piece.
one big
So I
piece.
have like
Ooh.
a it's on which I was just learning how to do mocks. So if I could do, I would do a lot of things differently.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I was also playing around with movement. This is like my first introduction to try to do that on my own.
Yep.
There's a lot of things I would do
Sure.
differently, but it's all on just like regular base plate
Oh yeah. Okay.
instead of like a
Yeah.
mills. And then I did make this. This is wood.
Oh, good.
I
Okay.
made like a tray that I could
I
carry
see
it
that. Yeah,
on.
yeah, with the handles. Okay. Yep.
Um, because yeah, otherwise carrying it is not possible.
How
So
how heavy do you think it is?
yeah. So it is one piece, and unfortunately I didn't think about that I should measure my bookcases before I started working on it because it doesn't fit lengthwise. And because it's all on base plates, I can't like make it smaller.
Well, so
Um,
wait, so hold on a second here. You guys have to have a dining room or a kitchen table, right?
no, I know it's on the table for sure, but we do have some lower bookcases in our living room that I could put
Okay.
it on top of.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, so we probably will do that,
Okay.
but I don't know. It is a very meaningful. Like this was a pretty important one for me as far as like mental health,
Sure.
and really felt like I made a lot of friendships during the time that I was building this, and
Okay.
like had a lot of people help
Yeah.
me and a lot of community involvement. Um, but I don't know. Sometimes I do look at this and I'm like, man, that's a lot of parts that can be used for something else. Um, so for now, it will stay together.
You better
But
you better put some of that what's that stuff called shellac or something over it, and then that way it won't come apart.
that's true. But I don't know. One day it might just be time
Yeah.
to free up some space. So
Well, I mean, obviously, no matter what you do, you're going to repurpose them
yeah,
into something else.
yeah,
So it's not like you're taking it apart and just being done with it. You'll put it into something else. Maybe something will move you one day, and it'll go into something that has a different meaning at the time.
yeah, exactly.
You just never know. That's the best part about Lego is even with the sets, like you said, you can pick sets apart and use the pieces.
Yeah.
So now, so we have a suspect here that started this whole passion, I'm going to call it. But I haven't heard you mention anything about him. Now, is he involved in this passion of Lego with you, your husband, or is he just kind of like, just do what makes you happy? Oh, can you hear me? I lost you. Oh, are
Okay.
you back? There you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you hear what I said?
You asked me if someone shared my passion. I'm
Yeah.
assuming, are you talking about my husband?
Yeah. So I said we have the suspect who started the
Okay.
passion, but I haven't
Oh
heard you
yes.
mention him in this room. So is he a
Um,
builder or is he kind of just like whatever makes you happy?
in a very limited capacity, he is.
Okay.
He does have a couple of sets of his own. Um, so he has like I don't really do Indiana Jones, so he
Yeah.
has
Okay.
Indiana Jones, a couple of Indiana Jones sets.
Okay.
He has a Sonic set, um, the James Bond car,
Yeah. Okay.
um, and then a couple of like smaller ones like that. The bookcase gift with purchase. I
Yeah.
don't know if you remember that.
Yep. Like
I got that one, and he immediately was like, "That's mine."
taking ownership there.
Yeah, so he's like, I'll be taking that one. But yeah, no, he will build with me sometimes, but
Okay. Okay.
definitely nowhere near the capacity that I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, he does, I mean, we both are collectors, so
Mhm.
he does have a lot of comics and a lot
Oh,
of comic
nice.
books.
Okay.
Um, and he also does like action figures,
Okay.
so we
Yep.
collect different things. So,
Man, you guys, you have really picked two expensive hobbies because I know those action figures
yeah,
are expensive.
yeah,
Ah,
it's not,
yeah,
but
yeah. Well,
we both have learned over the past like year or two that it's like, okay, we just got to be a little bit more particular about what we're buying, and we can still have
yeah,
the hobby, but just not, I mean, we don't have space to do it really anymore,
that's a,
so we have
yep,
to be
that's a problem.
selective with what we're buying.
Yeah,
So,
yep, I get it. Okay, so before we wrap it up here, we have to have a conversation about something that's happening in about 2 weeks, actually 2 weeks here. So
I,
you have been to Brick World in the past. As far as what you're telling me, you're pretty much set up to go as far as ticket wise, but you have not made that commitment. So, what's the verdict here?
Yes.
When are we making a decision?
Oh, can you hear me? You're
Yep.
breaking up on my end. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi.
I'm breaking up on yours and you're breaking up on my. Hang tight. I'm going to charge my phone here too. Hold on. See, you never know with cell phone service.
I know.
Hang tight. All right, I'm charged. Can you see me now?
I can see
Maybe.
you, yes.
Okay.
It's still like breaking up a little bit. I'm gonna try reconnecting to my. Okay,
I know. I hate
I
this.
reconnected to my Wi-Fi. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep. There we go. Kinda.
Okay.
I can. There we go. Now you're unblurrying.
Okay. Okay.
I
Like,
hate this. You spend all this money on cell phones and internet, and this is what you get.
no, and we have fiber internet at our
Oh,
house, so
oh,
there's
so
really
that's
no.
supposed to be like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's supposed to be the top tiers. And I don't have fiber, but I have the top tier Comcast package, top tier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's definitely. I just feel like it's a lie.
yeah, it is.
Um,
It's all the same.
but okay, you asked me about Brick World.
Yeah.
So
So
yes,
I said you have the pieces
yes,
in
I do
motion, but
have
just
the pieces in motion. I do have my convention ticket. I have a hotel reservation. I have not canceled anything. I just have not bought
okay,
flights.
okay,
Yeah, I'm just really trying to decide like if I truly want to go.
mhm,
Because I want to be there and I have the mental and physical capacity to be there, or if
sure,
I'm only really wanting to go because I'm afraid of missing out on something. Um, which, I mean, I of course think both could be true at the same time,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I just want to make sure that I'm making like the best decision for me right now and not
yeah,
just because I want to go because someone else is expecting
sure,
me to be there. So I am leaning more towards going than not. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's in 2 weeks, so I have to make a decision within the next couple days if I want to get a decent price on
yeah,
flights.
yeah,
Um, and ideally, I don't really want to buy refundable tickets because they're more expensive.
yeah.
If I'm sure I'm going, I would rather just not. So I don't know. I mean, it's traditionally I've been the past I think 3 years.
Okay,
Um and it's been great every year. Like
yeah,
love the convention. It's so fun. It is exhausting, but in the best way.
sure,
Um and the builds are amazing. Like seeing all the builders come and display their stuff. It's really the amount of really impressive things that are displayed at Brick World is crazy. But yeah, I just need to make sure like if I'm gonna be there, I want to be there in the best capacity that I
yeah,
can.
yep,
I want to go and then be like too mentally exhausted to
yeah.
be able to enjoy myself.
Yeah, I
So
get that. I get that completely. Well, I will certainly not be one to pressure because I don't like to pressure anybody. However, I will say this. If you do go and there's anything to do with costumes, I don't want to hear any of this girls only club stuff. So,
no, okay, the spaceman. When we did the spaceman, it was just a girls thing.
okay, so it's only the spaceman.
Only
Okay,
the
all right, fair enough.
spaceman.
Okay,
All the other stuff is whoever wants to do it. I mean,
okay.
plenty of people have worn the Teletubby costumes at this point. Um, but yeah, it's definitely whoever wants to do it can do it. It was just we had pre-planned the spaceman
I see.
thing.
Okay,
And it was just
okay.
a little girl group thing that did that. So
Well, you know what? I love to plan. So It's too close now, but
Yeah.
I think we should get on the planning train for 2025 and think of some elaborate group collaboration.
Yeah, I definitely think we have a lot of options.
I
There are
agree.
a lot of things. I've even thought about like oh, I don't know what they're called. I think they are called like the Muppets that they're like they look like almost like fish or something and they're like meep meep.
Oh, the from Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Oh gosh, I can't think of their names. Yeah, they have like
Right.
the big mouths.
Yeah.
Those guys.
And
I
like
think
they
it
just have like the eyes and the big mouth. I've seen a lot of people do group costumes with those and it's very low effort. So more people might be willing
is
to do it if it's low effort.
is it these guys?
Yeah.
Those
Yep.
guys? Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's what I thought. Yep. The Martians from Sesame Street.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've thought that that would always be fun. Yeah, I wish that they had more options for the brick
Brick
suits,
suits.
like
Yeah.
other options. I mean, of course, people can make their own costumes, but
I mean, I'm sure we could spray paint them.
that is true. It might be easier than making your own. You have to paint your own anyways,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, you know what? That I mean, it gives you a year. I'm looking at the costumes right now, and there's that website, HalloweenCostumes.com.
yeah,
Um,
most of my stuff.
yeah, so they don't. There literally is not much for adults. There's medium large left, and it's $110 per
Not
costume.
worth it. Nope.
There's nothing on Amazon. I think it's like a small. So maybe by Halloween they'll start pumping more stuff out. But
Yeah, I have noticed like when I've looked online for like Lego specific costumes, like whether it be the brick suit or like a Lego Batman or
mhm,
whatever, um, I do feel like they don't really, they're like never in stock.
yeah, yeah.
And I don't know if it's just because that's not something that's like mass produced or there's just not enough interest in it for them to produce it.
Something's wrong if that's not the case. Because who doesn't want to be a Lego brick?
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I don't know. I've also seen like doing the inflatable sharks thing was really fun last year. So like everyone could just get a shark costume
Yeah,
or even I've seen people do dinosaurs before
yeah.
where the inflatable dinosaur costumes. But yeah, it would be really cool to do something like more Lego themed.
Why is there not inflatable minifig costumes?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Hmm. All right. Well, you obviously have a relationships with this Halloween costume website.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. If I see anything, I'll let you know.
no, I think you should email them and say, "Where's the inflatable minifig costumes?"
Yeah, or ask them to sponsor me or something.
Hey, you never know. You
Yeah.
know, it can't hurt to ask. Right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm 100% down for looking into something as a big, massive group thing next year. I think that sounds like a really fun idea. So
Yeah.
add that to the list of things to do. Right?
Yeah, exactly. The list of so many things going on at Brick World Chicago.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So last thing here. Any shout outs you have? Anybody you want to toss out? You're only on Instagram, right? Do you have do you have YouTube or anything else?
I mean, I have a YouTube account, but I don't upload
Yeah.
videos to YouTube.
Okay.
And I have a TikTok, but again, I'm just not really super active. I've been like my job is pretty consuming right now. So when I get off work, I don't want to make content.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
Um, and I would like to start making content again,
Mhm.
hopefully soon. I do have
Okay.
ideas for some things that I want to do. Obviously, most of my stuff is like humor
Sure.
based, but yeah, no, I mean, I am kind of trying to put my feet back in the water as far as like being active on Instagram.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Well,
no crazy shots. Just if you want some weird content, feel free to follow me.
Well, so perfect plug. So anybody rewatching on YouTube, you can find Aubrey Instagram, Ob the Builder
Hmm.
underscore. So that's AUBTHEBUILDER underscore, not Bob, Ob.
Yeah. Also, make sure the underscore is there because the person that has the name of the builder is a bodybuilder. So,
Fun fact.
yeah.
Okay, there you go. Someone's gonna forget that, and they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Like, what?
not what I pictured."
Yeah, exactly.
Well, please keep me posted. Let me know if you're gonna end up coming or not. Because I've been mentioning anybody I've had on here. I'd love to meet you guys.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
yeah, let me know, and then I wish you the best. If you don't come, I wish you the best here the rest of the year, and I'd love to check in with you later this year, see what's been going on
Yeah,
in your world. So
definitely.
awesome.
Good.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, thank you so much for taking your time tonight. I appreciate it. I know you have
For having me.
so much stuff up to do, and you spent an hour and a half with me, so I
I'm
greatly
happy to
appreciate
do
it.
it. It was great.
Awesome. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody else who stayed with us, and I will talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
All right. Bye.